Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is Donna from Tarot to do your year ahead 2021. I am ready to cuss like a sailor because this is probably the 7th, 8th, maybe 9th attempt to record this. I have done all kinds of things, and this last time it stopped at 6 minutes and something. I just had to look down and it was just frozen, and I was like, seriously? I've deleted all kinds of crap to make sure there was plenty of room. I've taken all the other windows off, so these are the only ones I need. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't mean to start your reading off bitching, but good lord. So, Taurus, you're here to hear about your love life, and we're at 44 seconds, and I hope to God this thing records. One of the times I had to re-record it because I was shuffling, and I leave it. I'm not even picking it up. Anyway, and I dropped cards as I was shuffling to see what was going on for the rest of the month and the next 7 days. I dropped cards, I bent down to get them, and I could clearly see my underwear showing. I was like, we'll just record that. Re-record. So if I shuffled and cards fall, I am not picking them up. I'm going to take that as a sign for the universe or God that we don't need those cards in this reading. They're not necessary. So, a minute and 22 seconds, 23 seconds in. Let's see what's happening. So, relationship-wise, your relationship's going to be stable this year. Stable and happy. Are you in a relationship? If not, I see you partnered up. And because the Four of Wands is the card in your 7th house of partnerships, that's why I'm saying, look, it's like happiness, stability, celebrating. Look, they're partying it up like a rock star. So, that looks good. Now, if you're in a if you're in a relationship, I swear to God, I'm getting so irritated right now. If you're in a relationship and it's rocky, be willing to walk away, because Tauruses are notorious for holding on to stuff. I'm Taurus rising and Venus and Taurus. We hold on to shit well past this shelf life because we want to make absolutely certain we put every bit of effort in. We're not like quitters. We don't want to be quitters. We can't stand to be quitters. We like to give it all all we got. So, here, I'm just going to move some shit around so it's not in my way. Speaking of clutter and things being in the way, that's another thing. A lot of Tauruses are holding on to stuff that is going to be a burden to them this year. Do not be a clutter fuck. I can speak from a place of knowledge. I have a lot of shit, and I'm slowly getting rid of it. Actually, I do need this. I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Okay, so your relationships this year are going to be stable. You'll be partnered up if you're not. And many of you are getting married. And you know what? I've got 4 more reads to do for the year ahead. But so far, Libra, Pisces, and Taurus, I see like very much the marriage potential. And, oh, no, I'm going to knock it over if I put it there. The reason I say that is because I see Page of Cups in your 5th house of things that bring you pleasure. I see the marriage card, one of the marriage cards in your 7th house of partnerships. The World card in 9th house of travel and philosophy and all that. So just make sure that this pandemic, and especially for Libras, because I already did the Libra read. For anybody who has anything Libra, I definitely see them getting married and starting a family. But here's the thing, Tauruses, just make sure that you guys, along with Libras and Pisces, make sure that the COVID pandemic isn't making you all so, like, desperate to connect with another person that you do so out of, what did I put? Impatience, because I made a note about that. That was the last thing I noticed. Just make sure that like you're not partnering up out of impatience and wanting so bad to connect and have somebody that you just kind of do it. I mean, I don't know how to explain this. I mean, I'm stuttering over here. I'm trying to put this in a way that makes sense. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I know this pandemic is really hard on a lot of people, and it's the isolation. It's frustrating. Just don't be settling. Don't settle. So, if anybody's still listening, because it took me a minute to get that out, because I see a lot of people doing that this year out of impatience. Don't let that pandemic do that to you. This crap will eventually be over, and whatever normalcy, you're going to be able to socialize again, but just the restrictions will lift. Don't settle out of impatience. That's all I gotta say about that. So, your second house of money and resources has the Three of Swords, and I see that as heartbreak. I keep glancing at this now to make sure it doesn't freeze on me. But, I mean, look at it. It's heartbreak in the second house of resources. So, money is going to be tight, or your possessions are going to be a burden. Could be either one. I know that a lot of us have spent like drunken lottery winners, and sometimes to make themselves happier, people will spend money thinking that stuff can make you happy. So if any of you have dug yourself into a hole by buying stuff just to make yourself happy or pacify yourself, to make up for the happiness you get from socializing, man, I'll tell you what, you're gonna 8th house is the house of debt, and here you have the Knight of Pentacles. That's a slow mover. It's gonna take a while to get rid of it if you have. If that's not the case, then it's your crap is gonna be a source of frustration for you this year. If you're a clutterfuck, you're gonna need to get rid of stuff, so it's not a burden. So there's that. I don't mean to lecture you. I don't want to sound like Dr. Phil, but I'm just putting that out there. And I do want to look at my notes here because I don't want to forget anything. Oh, and speaking of 8th house, I looked at the, am I still recording? Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, I just got a notification. Anyway, 8th house is the house of death, debt, partners, money, shared resources, sex. It has to do with merging, transformation. Merging is the key here. But in astrology, we have eclipses. Eclipses are life-changing events. There were 10 total. If you put the 5 from 2020 and the 5 from 2021 together, you've got 10 eclipses. And I looked at the ones from last year, I looked at the ones for this year. Out of 10 eclipses, you have a possibility of them taking place in 12 different signs. Well, 4 of them took place in Sagittarius, or are taking place in Sagittarius. That's your 8th house. 40% of them are your 8th house. So that's a lot of, stressing the whole 8th house area. So that's death, debt, taxes, partners, money, shared resources. So just make sure, for those of you who are in relationships, that the money situation is fair. Don't be doing all the spending and letting them hold onto their money, because that's another thing. A Knight of Pentacles in the 8th house could be your partner holding onto their money and you doing the spending. Don't let it happen. And if you're not happy with the situation, be willing to walk away. If it's meant to be, it will be. I know Tauruses hold on to things. That includes relationships. We hold on to jobs, things, stuff. We stay in situations we shouldn't to make sure, that we gave our all. Don't hold on to somebody if you're not really happy. If you're in a relationship and it's been on and off, or there's shitty communication, or there's unfairness with spending, be willing to walk away. If it's meant to be, it will be. If they're taking you for granted, definitely walk away. And if that's the wake-up call they need, great. If they aren't going to come to the light and realize what's going on and what they have, then it's okay. Because if you're meant to be with somebody else, you can't be with them if you're holding on to the wrong one. So there's that. And I don't mean to lecture, but I mean, look at this. 2nd house, 3 of Swords, and 8th house, Knight of Pentacles. Something's going on. So what else? I wanted to make sure I told you. Okay, so the way people are going to see you this year, you have the Hermit card. So when people meet you or interact with you one-on-one, they're going to see you as somebody who, even if you're normally quiet, you're going to be quieter than normal. Here's the Hermit card. You're going to be staying to yourself and not really socializing that much. Not like Libras. Libras are definitely known for being social, and they're going to be even more so this year. So you have the Hermit card. So people will see you as quiet, reflective, independent, and keeping to yourself, solitary, seeking answers, that kind of thing. Your 11th house was with your friendships and groups and associations. You have the 9 of Wands. Look at this guy. He looks like he's like suspicious, like distrusting. So here's how I see this. Some of your friendships and associations maybe organizations you belong to, some of those will come to an end. Maybe because of COVID, you can't go be involved in some kind of organization you're usually in, you know, socially invested in. You can't go and you can't take part in it. And you're like, why am I paying the dues when I can't even go there, you know? So you might just cancel your membership. Friendships, if, you know, there's some of your friendships aren't that healthy or supportive, you may be ending those friendships. So don't be surprised if you have money from speaking, writing, or running errands, or short distance travel, or majority of your money. It's going to make you more money, and you're going to need it because of the second house having the Three of Swords there. But if you make majority of your money this year from talking, writing, travel, short travel, don't be surprised, because you have the 10 of Pentacles in the third house of communication, transportation. It also, and you could also, I don't know if you'd inherit, you could inherit money from an aunt or an uncle. There's that too. Some of you. Fourth house. Okay, so everything. Oh, yeah. So just make sure you don't have rose-colored glasses with things from the past, because with that Knight of Cups in the fourth house of home, family, and roots, your relationships will be happy. Your home life will be stable and happy too, but just make sure you're realistic, because you may have rose-colored glasses. You'll find it easy to forgive and forget is the key word, about past hurts, which forgiving people is important, but sometimes it's good to remember, be realistic about, you know, how people treat you. Holding on to debt. 10th is, okay, so you have the High Priestess in the 10th house. In your job, you're going to be seen on your job and career as somebody who might be a little bit mysterious or intuitive. And I looked, because you have the High Priestess in the 10th house of career and public image, I looked for your 6th house of work and public service and health. You got the Chariot. So you're going to be seen as an authority at work. Travel, you will probably figure into your work in some way. You'll gain fame. You may not become famous, but you'll gain fame from your work. And you'll be inspirational to others on the job, or the job that you do is going to inspire others. Don't be surprised if you have more than one job. Don't be surprised if one of them comes to a close. You may move on from that job, one of them. But you're going to be able to keep things on track easily in your job as well. It shows, like, if you look, you know, the person driving the Chariot is holding the reins for two different beasts, keeping them from going into different directions. They're able to keep them on track. So I see your job, you know, you're able to keep things on track easily this year. That was the main stuff. We're at, what, 13 minutes and 14? It's still going, thank God. I hope this thing doesn't cut out. If it cuts out, I don't know what I'm going to do. I did go over the eclipses. What else? Oh, and I meant to look at your astrology chart. You know what? I'm just going to do what I was doing before, and hopefully this works. We're going to do what you can expect for the rest of this month, which there's only a few days left, but what the rest of the month is going to play out as. And let's see here. Oh, and I'm using the Radiant Eye Spirit Tarot deck. Where is my... Oh, I knocked it on the floor, didn't I? I'm not picking it up. Anyway, I'm using the Radiant Eye Spirit Tarot deck. That's the one that I like the symbolism of it the best. So let's do... I know you don't tune in to see me shuffle, but anyway, let's do a quick little what's the rest of the month going to be like. So let's just take a little look. Let's see here. Knight of Swords, the Moon. Oh, okay. You know, I got this last time. Last time when the recording stopped, I got the 8 of Cups. So I see you walking away from a love situation. You might need to. Because there's going to be some secrets, maybe come to the forefront. Things are going to be, there's some confusion, maybe some deception, and there's probably going to be some arguing, fast communication, arguing. But I just see you in the next few days, during the remaining part of the month, there will be some walking away. In fact, in the next 7 days, let's see, I'm using the remaining cards. Let's see what the next 7 days hold. I don't even know what today's date is. Isn't that awful? So for the next 7 days. Okay. So I wonder if you walking away from something or being willing to walk away causes the other person to get off their ass and go, oh, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Because it looks like the Knight of Wands, which is one of the sex cards, you have that, you have the Three of Pentacles, which shows teamwork, and Eight of Wands, which shows fast movement. So if you're willing to walk away because maybe you think there's secrets, or you don't know, you just, the person just being quiet or shady, you're trying to keep you in the dark, and there's arguing, fighting, and you just say, fuck it, I'm out of here, I'm done with this bullshit. Then they come back with a quickness, all like, ooh, wait, baby, you know, whether you're a man or woman, I don't know. Well, your partners will be like, no, wait, hold on a second. And this doesn't apply, obviously, to those of you who are single. But yeah, then they're willing to work on it. Imagine that. Okay, so there's that, and I want to cover, let's see who we're, now the last time I did this I rolled and I got Aquarius, so it may not be Aquarius, but of the remaining signs to read for, I already did Libra. Alright, so we are going to do Leo, already did Leo. We're doing Taurus, okay. I might just go with Aquarius, because we rolled that last, oh here it is, okay, here's Aquarius again, okay. So we're going to do Aquarius next, but before we close, and we're at 17 minutes, that's awesome. So far it's still going. I'm going to do Donna's Destiny cards. Oh, and if this gets cut off, I'm going to upload it anyway. And I'm just going to say this. If you find value in this, and you like it, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I do this again next. I appreciate it, because, you know, it helps my channel grow, and then I can do more for y'all. So, here's 6 cards. And I swear to God, I hope it doesn't call us a bitch, because I am Taurus, rising in Venus and Taurus, and my own deck calls me a bitch often. So I guess I am a bitch. Whatever. Stop wasting money. Yeah. Diet. Yep. New clothes. Well, that's stop wasting money. Do I need new clothes? I mean, I already want another shirt, because I during the holidays I did eat unwisely, so I've gained weight. So like this shirt's kind of snug on me. They miss you. Yeah, Betty does. Anyway, so stop being bitchy. Stop being bitchy. So if you're like me, apparently we're bitches. Someone secretly less for you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. A little ego boost there. So, and then one last thing. One of these feel-good cards from the bookshelf in Winchester, Virginia. They just have nice sayings, which satisfies my moon and Sag. Seize every second of your life and savor it. Yeah, definitely. The way things are going in this world, enjoy every moment. For sure. And I think that's it. God, man, I hope I didn't forget anything. If you have any questions, I'm going to put all the links for anything you want, and including my email address if you want to get a hold of me. Or if you want to donate to my deck addiction. I have a crap ton of decks now. You can donate to that if you want, the PayPal link. So I think that's it. I'm going to do Aquarius next. And it's been great talking to you.